Hey, how are you doing, boys and girls? Welcome back to some more Grey Zone Warfare. Today we're going to be showing you a really awesome sniper build with the Mosin if you haven't unlocked the M700 yet. Now, you can get the M700s for free by going to specific places. Certain loot boxes have it, but if you want to just make a sniper rifle, which is always consistent and will one-shot, body shot most AI, this is the sniper rifle you need. And we'll show you this. We'll actually take this one out for a spin to a task where I've got to go and eliminate some hostiles over on the sawmill. So you can also see it in action and see how good this sniper rifle actually is. We discovered this on stream the other night, mucking around with the ammo, because we just unlocked level 2 for artisan, and this is what the requirement is going to need to be, is to be level 2 with artisan. That's why I say it's a mid-game sniper rifle, not more than early game. But once you get level 2 for artisan, there is a round for the Mosin, which is just makes it a lot more consistent at killing AI, and it is this round here. This is the 7.62 times 5.4 art sniper round 7N1. This is for the Mosin, and it just turns the gun into a more consistent sniper rifle where you don't always have to go for headshots. If you obviously can get the headshot, go for the headshot, but you can just kind of body shot. And we were kind of quick scoping / kind of swipe shotting towards bots and making sure we just hit him in the chest and it was killing him. It was actually quite consistent. So I'm going to show you the build, because on top of the ammo we unlock, we don't have to just use the normal standard Mosin with the kind of horrible looking scope. We can actually upgrade it into the Mosin Archangel and actually put on a different scope of choice. So we're going to go through that first, just show you how to build that, and then we'll go over to and start doing some missions over on the sawmill and just show you it in action. So to buy this, what we're going to have to do is first make sure again you are at artisan level 2. To unlock artisan and to lock artisan level 2, you just need to keep progressing through your missions and then focus on tasks which are for artisan to start leveling her up. Okay, so once you get to level 2, you want to buy the Mosin. You can kind of buy any one of these, but I would buy the Mosin S, because you need to then just buy less extra stuff. You get the silencer along with it already, and so you can kind of just sell everything else and keep the silencer going, and the barrel, which you need. It saves you buying the barrel, because this comes with the longer barrel, which is the 730 barrel, which is what we want, which gives us more bullet velocity. So just going to drag that in here first and buy that, and I'm going to show you all the things you're going to buy again in the cart, and then we'll put it together. So you just grab that first and scroll down a bit more. You're going to need a magazine for this one, because it's no longer kind of just putting the bullets into the chamber one by one, so you're going to need a few magazines. I'd recommend buying 2 or 3 of them. So I'm just going to buy 3 of them, and then you want to just scroll down. Obviously you want to buy the ammo. I'm actually going to buy the ammo now. No, actually we'll buy the ammo in a minute. So next thing we want to buy is the tri-rail. You can use this. This is what we're going to use to scope, put a scope on it. So we'll put the tri-rail on it. We then scroll down a little bit more, and then we also want to buy the Mosin Archangel and just put that on there too. Now I think that is everything. Yeah, I think that is everything. If it isn't, we'll come back to it and buy it, but I'm pretty sure that is everything. So that is going to come to 2.52k, and just remember you also can sell a few things afterwards from the original Mosin to make a little bit money back. But it's quite a cheap sniper rifle for what it's going to do, which is very, very good at dealing with a lot of the AI. So you can kind of go through your POIs pretty consistently killing with this, and you don't use as much ammo because everything's one shot, right? So you're also ammo economy is pretty decent with the sniper rifle. So I'd say it's very, very good. I do need to test that out on PvP too and get in some PvP games with this, and I might test this out on stream tonight when it comes to PvP. So we're going to buy that and trade that and then have a little look. So now we'll go over to the character screen, and as usual, how I like to build my gun is put it in the backpack. And so you can kind of just edit it as much as you possibly want. So once it's in the backpack, right click and inspect it and just bring it up. So we're going to need to take off quite a few bits here, because we don't need a certain things in this. So one, we don't need this, so bring this off. Bring off the Mosin. little magazine here. Don't need that. We don't need the scope. We don't need the rings. We don't need this. All right, so all this you can take off. Don't need the Mosin rear. You can take that off. And this is all the things we kind of need. Now, all we need to do is drag this now onto the stock, the Mosin Archangel. All right. We can now drag on the tri-rail, drag that on like so, and then we drag in the magazine and drag that on like so. And that builds you the base sniper rifle. All right. We obviously now need to get ourselves a scope for this, and I'll recommend one scope in particular, which works pretty well for it. So we're going to go back to vendors. I was actually just see how much we get from selling all this back again. Don't need any of this. Yeah, we get $161 back from that, so it just knocks off the price of what you spent on the sniper rifle. So now you want to go to gunny. You don't have to be level 2 with gunny. It actually can just be level 1. But you just scroll down. Now you have a choice of 2 scopes, but I will tell you now, I think the better one is to go with the ACOG. And as much as this one has a 1x and a 4x, it has a little bit of weird sway, and I'll buy both just to show you what I mean. But the sway on this one just looks really weird sometimes, unless you obviously just holding your breath all the time when you take the shot. It's fine, but I would recommend the ACOG because it doesn't do it as extreme when with the kind of scopes, right? So if you're going to get the ACOG, you also do want to make sure you go over to the top here and get the ACOG mount, place that on there, and then we just click trade and buy that too. So now going over to here, I'll show you what I mean. So we can now put the sniper rifle over here because we now have what we need. If you bring over the Spectre DR and put that on it, and then we get this out, what you'll notice is it's right in a minute in 1x. So 1x perfect. You can just kind of keep going around, and it is the good thing about this is you can kind of use this as a close range gun and kind of just one shot any enemies in the chest. This looks really good, but the thing which kind of put me off it is when you go like this and scope in. Look at the scope spray. Like, it's really weird. Like, if you're as long as you kind of, I suppose, you're ADSing when you see someone, but look at that. That is ridiculous. Yeah, obviously when you hold your breath, it goes away, but it just looks a bit weird. So if you're wanting to do further ranges, this doesn't do it. If you're just doing short ranges, it's fine, but further ranges, I guess you could just hold your breath for the further ranges. So I'll let you be the decider for that. But I'll take this one off. And we'll now put on the ACOG with the ACOG mount, and then the ACOG. And you can just see the difference. And this does still have a bit of this kind of black scope spray, but it's not enough. It's not enough for me to think, oh, I don't want to use it. I can still see where I need to be looking. So if we're running about and I'm still trying to, shoot someone, I can see quite easy with it, and it's a lot better scope than what the original Mosin scope is if you're using that. So I recommend using this one, but you can try different ones out, right? You can definitely try different ones out. Again, if you hold your breath, it gets rid of it too completely. But this is what we're going to try out today. Take this one over for a spin over at the sawmill and see how we get on. We're heading over to the sawmill, and I actually just wanted to mention something which we also discovered on stream, and it's just a perfect thing to say. If you want to see this in action, we do a lot of testing with certain things. So it comes with guns, ammo, different types of guns, like shotguns. We tried that the other day, and it turned out to be an absolute fail. Don't use shotguns if you're trying to shoot PvE either, and they're not good. But one thing we did also find out was these yellow earmuffs. I've never been using these, and I always keep 2 headphones with me. Now just look at the difference between the sound when you're traveling between your POIs. So we're going to put on the quads. Look how loud that is. Now we put on the earmuffs. How much that muffles. Absolutely awesome. Just something I wanted to show you. I'm actually now keeping these like this now for this very thing when we're actually going for it, because it's just so much more nicer of a journey when you're going along. Obviously you can kind of like bring up your menu, go to settings, and you can also master it here, but it's just quite nice. This is like a nice little kind of thing to have extra, is yeah, have this available, especially with your snipers. You don't need as many magazines and stuff. Like, I can actually put it here. That's quite nice. But if you hit them directly in the chest or in the head, they're gonna die. So this guy here, dead because we hit him in the back/chest area. So basically, where his heart is going to kill him. It goes through armor quite nicely. If you do miss him, it could be one, a little bit of desync, but two, it could also be you hit him in the armor chest, and that's not going to work. You can see here we're just clearing through this pretty easy. And pretty fast, and you're not really having to worry about running out of ammo as much. Like we're using magazines now, so it also takes a lot less time to you know, run, you know, to kind of load up each chamber. I think there's some more over here from the sounds of it. Yeah. So once you get used to this and you start practicing your shots and stuff, you can really kind of just go around like this and just taking them out with a one shot. And it feels really satisfying. It really does feel satisfying. So yeah. Really, really cool. I wonder if we can find a few more here. By the way, a little tip here. Keep grabbing these off the shotguns or any scopes you see. This is something, again, chat actually let me know about and said I should be doing. And I had to thank chat for that because it's a very good thing you can do is just go around looting the scopes off players. And it will rack up and actually kind of, you'll notice that you'll get quite a bit of money from it. We done a run yesterday where we were just kind of doing a few missions. I was picking up a load of scopes. I showed people where you can get the M700 from, which is pretty consistent at spawning there. And we made 2,000 quid, which is basically a kit for you. It could either pay for your gun or pay for your armor and stuff like that. So it was actually quite good. So just one thing to take note, just grab the scopes off the weapons when you're looting. Because it's good to loot your enemies anyway, to find if there's any like keys, things like that. You want to make sure that's a player.
Yo, bro, help me, please.
Yo, what's up?
I couldn't loot my body. Could you drop all my stuff, please?
In PvE, I can't actually get it, unfortunately. It's not like PvP where I can't pick it up. So in PvE, I can't actually access your body.
Okay.
Sorry, man.
No problem.
That's one thing we're doing. I mean, was obviously we're playing the PvE servers to kind of give this example of. That's one thing to note. If you are playing PvP, maybe you got frustrated a bit, got a few people exfil camping or things like that, you can go over to the PvE side and still do your missions, and you won't lose your gear if you die. In terms of people can't loot your stuff unless there's a bug like that. I've seen that a bit. Someone in my chat said they was having that issue too a few times. I've never had it myself. I don't know what I'm doing right, which maybe someone's always suggests, you know, it's happening differently to other people. But yeah, just one thing to note, you can switch between PvP and PvE servers without losing any progress, and you can continue the same progress, right? You see here, I sometimes aim slightly ahead of them if they're gonna move, just to make sure I get the shot. Like that over there, so a bit further ranges, it might mean I have to go for 2 shots. There we go, there's 2 shots there. But sometimes, yeah, so further ranges might look, you may need to go for further shots. I think this will be different with the M700, which is the upgraded sniper, which you get from the Banshee operator. Later on, we'll cover that sniper rifle when we do unlock it. But this is a very good starting and middle sniper. I say middle end sniper. You can use the Mosin at the start too if you got level 1, but it's not as good in terms of the ammo. You do have to make sure you hit your headshots more, or always 2 shots sometimes to the chest. It's just not as consistent. I just like this because it's consistent. The only time it doesn't work is if I'm like if I, you know, swipe and miss with shots, or if I get body shots, for example. So you got on him. There we go. So we're just gonna grab the scope off this dude too. Free scope. In fact, we can kind of grab one of these to take with us just to use up our stuff here. I'm gonna actually go like this because if you got a AMP-12 boat, you can actually put the gun in your guns in your backpack too when you're doing it. I think we've gotten most of the enemies around here, so we should be fine. But I wanted to just show you at least the consistency of how well this sniper does. And you can do this with, you don't have to even build this sniper rifle. That's just something also to take in mind. If you just want to buy the Mosin with the silencer, which we originally bought, you can do that, and just use the ammo which I recommended, and it does the same thing. Obviously, you just have the little lower scope. I just quite like having this scope. Just makes it look a little bit more nicer. It looks more, you know, it feels also easier. It's a lot more, got better handling. It feels a lot easier to be more snappy. So if you are wanting to do more close range sniping, which I do quite like doing, this is definitely for. But if you're a little bit more chilled out and you just want to kind of like go a bit more something, you could just use the original without modding it, you know, and just bringing in some ammo. I'm just going to look over here, see if there's anyone over here. Yeah, there is. See, like here, I can just kind of quick scope them. So I hit him in the. I'm pretty sure I hit him in the arm there. If I'm moving and sort of strafing, but again, just fill up. I hear someone else. Yeah, nice. So you can see it's just, it feels so good. But yeah, let me know what you think about the sniper build. See if you're taking it out for a shot and giving it a try. I've been enjoying it. I'm going to be using this quite a bit because I think that it's just so nice to like, it's just a satisfying feeling. I do love sniping, and this kind of feels that sniping, that urge. And I want to test this out in PvP. So if you want to see this in action also in PvP, I'll most probably be using this most of tonight as my main weapon. So if you want to see me use this tonight, pop over to my stream. It will be tonight at around 8 PM on YouTube. So you'll see it there. But thank you so much for watching, guys. I will call it here and end the video. So thank you so much for watching. Catch you soon for some more Grey Zone Warfare.